the Commonwealth Games and the stories I've been telling you about in the past 2 days, a bit of what's trending around the world as well. Thank you for your time. The Deputy Sports Minister has reacted to the stories that have come out in the past 2 days that Ghanaian cyclists in Australia are using broken equipment and have been asking for money. In response to all the stories trending in Australia and here in Ghana, Pius Ajide has this to say.
We have 3 cycling athletes, regular cycling athletes in Australia, and we have more than enough bicycles for them. We have 6 sets of bicycles for 3 athletes. 3 of those bicycles are brand new. They haven't been used before. The other 3 are bicycles that we have maintained from the last Commonwealth, and these are pretty expensive equipments, so we take very good care of them. And so the 3, even though they may not be entirely new, they cannot be described as broken. They are fairly used, they are in good shape. The last time we competed with those same equipment in Africa, we were ranked 9th. Ghana Cycling is ranked 9th in Africa. This was the last time we used the same equipment, and so they may not be that outmoded. But beyond even that 3 sets, there is another 3 sets of brand new bicycles that we have used, so that story cannot be correct. It is also not correct that the team did not go there with a coach. There is a coach. What happens is that sometimes the long distance cycling, they do several kilometers. Sometimes the coaches do not go with them. But I can report to you that the cycling went with a coach. Elvis Alipi is the coach of the cycling team, and he left with the team and he's in Australia. So those stories cannot be true. I do not want to suspect any motive behind the reportage. All I know that it is factually incorrect. We hope and pray that it doesn't distract our athletes. We have spoken to the athletes. They are excited using any help from the local community in Gold Coast. My understanding is that the local cycling community of Gold Coast in Australia, they have been impressed with the performance of the Ghana team, so they want to help. I'm sure they are looking at donating equipment for the federation to bring back to Ghana to help develop cycling in Ghana, not to use in the Commonwealth Games. That cannot be. We cannot allow that to happen. After all, we are competing against Australia itself.
Lengthy explanation there. Hopefully that puts the matter to bed. In the 2018 Millennium Marathon, to be the 4th edition of the annual event, is being plagued with a lot of problems if you've been following it in the last 4 years, especially because almost every year it seems that the prizes for the winners never get to them or get to them a year after, and so on and so forth. But the organizers are not deterred. They are slating this year's edition for the 22nd of September in the capital of Ghana.
And I'm happy to say that since we launched the marathon in 2015, there have been a lot of health walks happening in the country so far. And this is very good. But to make exercising a lifestyle, that if you go a day or 2 without it, you'll hunger for taste and not for it. So on this 4th edition of the Millennium Marathon, let us reassess our physical exercise values and take a deep leap of sports. Come out and join professional runners out to win a prize, as well as the many other participants, both young and old, fat and thin, plantain chips and chocolate ladies, lean and pot-bellied men, along with the tourists from all over the world coming to Ghana to help put our country and the capital city of Accra on the map of sports worldwide, while supporting our sponsors and local economy, all for a good cause. Sports is like taking the first step towards physical exercise, while trotting a rough road of physical pain and endurance, but knowing that in the end, you reap benefits that will help you lift up from the doldrums of sickness and eventually death to that of good health and productivity and prosperity. Keep running, Accra. Keep running and keep running. Thank you very much.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic is certainly not running into the waiting arms of Manchester United. That's because earlier, last couple of hours, about 4 hours ago, the club announced that he is no longer an official part of their setup. Man United have said that he will not be part of their plans after joining them a couple of years ago in 2016 from PSG. And we understand that he's set to join the MLS next season.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic has played his last game for Manchester United with a departure from Old Trafford imminent. LA Galaxy are favourites to sign the Swede, having attempted to prize him away from United last season. He last played on Boxing Day. He made a big impact in his opening season at Old Trafford, but he really has struggled with fitness problems following a serious knee injury. Sustained that in Europa League. Although he officially retired from international football, it's thought that Ibrahimovic may be considering this summer's World Cup as a last hurrah. Can never be criticised for lacking self-confidence. Listen to this.
But the game is improving. I'm getting better and better. Like I said, I feel like Benjamin Button. I was born old, I will die young.
The man here made a difference, so I'm very happy he made us win. So, yeah.
Just how big a difference does he make? He's a very modest guy, as we know.
That's why you bought him. He's here.
Bought him.
That's why he came here. That's why he came here. That's okay.
But don't pretend here. Come here. Here you only listen, you don't talk.
Bonjour. Oui, et toi? Ça va? Assieds-toi. Oh, c'est quoi? Okay. Okay,
sit on the floor.
I'm gonna ask you.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Well, if he does join LA Galaxy, join a very high-profile list of signings that started when David Beckham joined the club in 2007. Robbie Keane scored 83 goals during his 6 seasons in LA after moving from Tottenham in 2011. Steven Gerrard was convinced to move to the MLS after ending a 17-year career at Liverpool. He was there for 2 seasons. And then after a spell with Roma, Ashley Cole also made the move to the States. That was in 2016.
On the subject of players with big personalities, they probably don't come bigger in the last 20, 30 years than Diego Maradona. He's had his views on every single thing you can think about when it comes to football. The latest being on VAR.
With VAR set to be used at the FIFA World Cup, one of the game's greatest ever players shared his thoughts on the use of technology in modern football. It was an interesting question for Maradona, specifically because he scored one of the most controversial goals in World Cup history that would have been ruled out had it been for VAR.
In '86, you did not have today's technology. It was impossible. They blamed the referee, but the 85,000 in the stadium in Mexico did not see my hand. Now they say, yes, I saw it, but they saw the photos, they saw the replays. They had the VAR, but after the match. I think that technology is doing good for football. Technology is infiltrating even our children's lives with the video games, and I think that it will be at the forefront for transparency in this new FIFA.
Lionel Messi has hinted that he could retire from international football after the showpiece event in Russia, with Maradona saying that Messi is allowed to do as he likes, with the decision lying solely with him.
I think Messi should speak his mind. It's not up to us to say what Messi should say or do. Messi always showed he loved football. That doesn't change whether he plays or doesn't play in a World Cup. They won't take his passport away for that. Messi is Messi, with or without a World Cup.
As the football world continues to gear up for Russia 2018, the international sides involved are all in action this weekend, with the World Cup hosts taking on Brazil, while the World Cup champions, Germany, face Spain, with 3 other matches live on your World of Champions.
And that's the sport for now. We'll be back as usual for the football show. Why don't you join us? So we'll look at some of the highlights that have trended during the day, some of the other quirkier topics as well. That will be at 10:30. For now, though, the news continues. I'm Gary L. Smith.